Hello, hello. So just a word of warning. This one's going to be a rant. I'm only going to keep it short, mind. I'm going to have some swearing, by the way, as well. So if you are a sensitive disposition, cover your ears. What the fuck is going on with prices right now? So on the back of the previous video where I talked about my car insurance, some of that you can understand the prices going up. But I think I was listening to something the other day and they were talking about, I think inflation is running about, 2.5%, 2.3%, whatever it is. And okay, that's, fairly normal. If you have wage increases, of 3%, it's all relative. So, okay, fine. But some of the prices in the shops, just for basic stuff now, has gone, from, I was shocked the other day. I think I saw a Whisper chocolate bar in Sainsbury's for £1.10. And that in itself was like, oh my God, bloody hell, that's gone up. But the thing that absolutely blew my mind, because I've got a little mind that gets blown quite easily, I like coffee a lot. And in order to sort of reduce my expenses when it comes to coffee, one of the things I do is I have a grinder, I have a mocha thing for the stovetop, and I have a coffee machine. So I buy beans. I buy coffee beans. I buy them on Amazon. I've been buying them on Amazon for years. And it used to be you'd buy a kilo of Lavazza beans for about 10 quid, £9.99, £10, £11, something like that. And I bought, and I've recently they've gone up a little bit more. So they're up to, the last bag I bought beginning of March, or middle of March, about a month ago, was £14. Okay, that lasts me about 6 weeks. So actually, that's okay. That's fine. Instead of buying bloody Costas and whatever for God knows, I don't even know how much they are now. Probably about 6 quid. So rather than buying that, I buy me beans. I'm running out of beans, so I need more beans. So I go onto Amazon yesterday. The same bag I bought for £14 5-6 weeks ago. I'm going to put some pictures up so you can see. £20? £20 for a bag of bloody beans? That's like a 50% increase. I was genuinely gobsmacked. And I don't understand why. I was like, look, I'm very understanding of the effect that Brexit has had over the last few years, etc., etc. These beans come from Italy. Okay, but nothing's changed substantially in the last 6 weeks. I can't imagine Trump's the what's it of dooms tariffs has had that much of an effect on us bringing beans in from Italy. But 50% nearly increase in price absolutely blew my mind. I'm also partial to the odd energy drink. I drive a taxi, so I'm always tired. So I have an energy drink every now and then. And I like my Monster. Buy a 4-pack, cheaper. Home Bargain. I'm going to put some pictures up because I've taken some pictures of these. So Home Bargain in UK is, for those of you not in the UK, is more of a reduced seller. It sells stuff a bit cheaper than anywhere else. However, 4-pack of standard Monster, I think £4.85, I think, or £4.78, or whatever it was I paid today. Okay, fine. Farm Foods, similar price. Sainsbury's last month was about the same price. I went into Sainsbury's the other day. £6.20, I think it is now. So again, you're talking like 35, 40% increase over the space of 5 or 6 weeks. And I'm just like, my God, they talk about cost of living, and I hate that phrase, a cost of living crisis. It's not a cost of living crisis, it's a cost of profiteering crisis. That's what we've got in this country right now. I think I saw a statistic the other day. I may well get this number wrong, but it's not a million miles away. Something like 94% of all of the food that we consume from the UK is supplied or sold by like 4 companies. The Sainsbury's, the Tesco's, and all of that. So when people talk about, go buy it somewhere cheaper or whatever, where'd you go? because they're all, in my mind, it might not be, it feels like they're all in collusion. And they're only interested in driving these huge profit. I think Sainsbury's come out the other week and another huge, like hundreds of millions of pounds of profit. And they're wittering on about, we're going to do this drive to drive prices down. From what? You're gonna turn around in 6 months and go, look, we've reduced Monster or whatever down by 20%. Yeah, but brilliant. You've just increased it by 40%. So a 20% reduction on a 40% increase is still a 20% increase from where it was. So it blew my mind. Just like, you know, I talk to the kids quite a lot about prices, and they are quite conscious of stuff. And when we go and buy food, and we're like, well, look at the price from where it was, and they're like, oh, it's only, you know, like a pizza. It's only 10p, Dad. Like, okay, but that pizza's £2. That 10p, you know, that's a 5% increase, or, you know, sometimes 10% increase. So for every £100 you're spending, you're getting £10 or £5 less than you were getting. And when you put it in those contexts, they start going, oh, I'd never thought about it that way. And I said, well, that's the way they get you. It's these little percentage increases, which, you know, sometimes, okay, they're baked in and you understand that, but 40, 50, 20, 30% increases, absolutely bonkers. And, you know, the reality is like, I get my coffee beans, I get them on Amazon, because you can't buy anything in shops in the UK anymore, hardly. You know, you have to go to these giant companies. An example, very random. I wanted to deep clean my stovetop mocha pot. One of the best things to use is white vinegar. Where'd you buy white vinegar? I sound like such an old man just moaning. I have had to go on Amazon to buy white vinegar because I can't just go into Sainsbury's or wherever and just buy a 5 litre thing of white vinegar. And I buy it on Amazon for, I think it's about less than £6, and it's going to be free delivery. So they've got you. There's nowhere we can go in this country anymore, really. It feels like there are no alternatives. These huge companies have just got us in their grasp. And if I want coffee beans, I'm either going to Sainsbury's and spending the costing, I'm either going to Sainsbury's and paying their prices and putting the profits in them, these huge profits, or I'm going to Amazon. Where else do you go? I don't know. Told you it was going to be a rant, but I just needed to just sort of get it off my chest, because it just blew my mind, these increases that we're starting to see now, and I look at that and go, you know, that's an hour's work for me just for a bag of coffee, a good hour. It's scary, really fucking scary times we're in right now, and I don't know. The pendulum seems to have swung so far one way. I'm hoping it's reached as far as it's going to go and it's going to start coming back again. But we've got, you know, something's got to change soon. Otherwise, they're just going to break the back of the normal working person. Some people they already have. Anyway, as ever, thank you very much for watching. Some of the comments on my last video are fantastic, and I love that. And I try and reply to everything. Might not be super quick. When I get the time, I sit down and I do reply to every comment as much as I can. I really appreciate it. It's great to hear what's going on in other people's lives or in other people's thoughts as well. So thank you. I'll try and be a little bit more, maybe a bit more productive next time. I don't think I've got too much else to rant about. So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.